A simple backyard can sometimes hide disturbing mysteries. That's exactly what a video shared on Reddit by a user known as Strong Literature 505 appears to reveal. Behind its ordinary appearance, this outdoor space may actually be the stage for unexplained events. Watch closely. In the footage, a glowing orb can be seen crossing the night sky before crashing into a shed, causing the door to suddenly swing open. What makes the scene even more unsettling is that the owner insists the door was locked with a rusty swivel hook, one that is far too stiff to open on its own. But the mystery doesn't stop there. The user describes a series of strange occurrences inside the house: unexplained noises in the middle of the night, appliances turning on by themselves, a microwave randomly activating its timer, or a kettle continuing to boil as if an invisible hand were pressing the switch. Even the family dog appears affected, sometimes staring intensely at empty spaces or even at its owners, as if sensing a presence no one else can see. All of this paints a disturbing picture of a home seemingly disturbed by an unknown force. Is this a supernatural manifestation, or is there another explanation we simply haven't discovered yet? Some roads carry a heavy legacy of tragedy and mystery. In Mexico, a particular stretch of road feared by locals is known for frequent accidents and is believed by many to be haunted. Residents claim sudden apparitions appear out of nowhere, forcing drivers into desperate maneuvers and sometimes leading to tragic consequences. One day, a driver recorded something that continues to haunt him. The footage shows him driving calmly down an empty road when suddenly, a figure resembling a child appears directly in the middle of the lane. What's especially disturbing is how it manifests. It doesn't seem to come from anywhere, it simply materializes on the road. Shocked, the driver swerves violently to avoid hitting it. After stopping to inspect the area, he finds nothing. No child. No sound. Just silence. And what if this wasn't the first time this road demanded a life, but this time chose to let one go? Romanian travel vlogger Michaela Claudia regularly shares her adventures online, but this time her exploration took her somewhere even the bravest hesitate to enter the haunted forest of Hoya Bachu in Transylvania. This forest is infamous for unexplained disappearances and strange phenomena, often featured in paranormal documentaries such as Ghost Adventures and Destination Truth. As night begins to fall, an oppressive silence settles over the forest. Very quickly, Michaela realizes she may not be alone.
That crazy to walk alone in the so-called most haunted forest in the world. And I'm very scared of wild animals. I have to admit I'm terrified and I do not know where the exit is. I'm a bit lost as well. Basically they told me that the legend says that a shepherd went into the forest with the sheep and he never came out. That's the actual legend, and that's why this forest has this fame of the most haunted, because he went in and he never came back. And yes, you saw the footage with the sheep that's dead. That's a skull, a sheep skull that you saw. And if you don't believe me, you can check yourself the legend. Okay.
Did you notice it? As Michaela walks between the trees, the sound of footsteps begins to echo, getting closer and closer.
Honestly, I'm terrified. What the hell is going on? Okay.
Before she reacts to the sound, a dark silhouette briefly appears behind her. Visibly panicked, Michaela quickly leaves the forest and returns to her car, safe and unharmed. However, it is only the next day, while reviewing her recordings, that she clearly notices the dark shape. One question has haunted her ever since. What if the legends about Hoya Bachu are not just myths? And what would you do if a shadow followed you in a place where so many others have disappeared without a trace? On TikTok, a user named Pedro Mao shared a video describing an incident that terrified him even before he started filming. Everything seemed normal that morning. Pedro was quietly working in the bathroom, alone in the house. He even mentions that he had just made himself a cup of coffee that he was about to take back to the kitchen. But what happened next changed the atmosphere in a disturbing way. As he walked toward the garage, Pedro explains that there is very little dust in that area, which makes what he is about to show even more troubling.
But there's not a lot of dust. And my cutting machine is there. As you see at the bottom, there's nothing besides that. Okay? Now, you can tell by my shoes, the print on my shoes. Okay? That's the one thing. Like you can see over here. That's my step. Okay? All the dust stays on the drop post, right? So I walk into the kitchen and I freaking see this.
As he walked toward the garage, Pedro explains that there is very little dust in that area, which makes what he is about to show even more troubling. He points the camera at dusty footprints crossing the house, clearly left by shoes. He insists that it is impossible for him to have made those marks. But as he continues filming toward the kitchen, the real shock appears.
Those are not my steps. There's no one home. I don't know what this is. You see that? It has no dust on it. There's no dust. There's no dust. There's no dust on these shoes. So someone walked from the outside and sit over here. It's my guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone stepped outside in the shoes, but you don't see the print of the feet, the footprint. You don't see that. And it's not going back out. It's just like if someone sit over there.
To this day, Pedro remains unable to explain what happened. Was it a break-in, a paranormal phenomenon, or something even more disturbing? One thing is certain, if this house truly holds a presence, Pedro may not have been as alone as he thought. The Green Ridge Cemetery, located in Kenosha, Wisconsin, is known as one of the most haunted places in the region. This old cemetery attracts curious visitors and ghost hunters, all hoping to capture evidence of the apparitions reportedly seen among the graves, both day and night. On that day, a person intrigued by these rumors decided to drive through the cemetery with the camera turned on, hoping to record proof of these paranormal events. What was captured has since sparked many reactions. Did you notice it? As a car passes by a tree, a white silhouette appears briefly among the tombstones. Yet, as the vehicle continues forward and the camera angle changes, the figure has completely disappeared. The video frightened many viewers, some even sharing their own paranormal encounters in that same cemetery. For them, this footage is undeniable proof that something still roams among the graves. But what do you think? Was it truly a ghost or simply something else? One thing is certain. If you ever drive through Green Ridge Cemetery, keep your eyes open. You may not be as alone as you believe. Sometimes a simple road can become the scene of disturbing events. One afternoon, a group of friends were driving peacefully when a violent rainstorm suddenly began pouring down on them. The road was almost empty, but the route led them through an area they usually avoided, known locally for rumors of paranormal activity. Trying to keep the mood light despite their discomfort, their attention was drawn to a strange car driving in front of them. One of the friends thought he noticed something unusual in the back seat, but the poor visibility made him hesitate. Wanting to be sure, they decided to film. What they captured would stay with them for a long time.
Padre cielo que estás en lo nuestro. Ay, Señor.
At first, the video shows an ordinary car driving under heavy rain, but suddenly, a humanoid silhouette appears in the back seat. As it slowly turns toward the passengers, its glowing eyes become visible through the pouring rain. Inside the car, the atmosphere shifts between nervous laughter and fear as the friends struggle to understand what they are seeing. Although the clip is short, the disturbing details of the figure and its eyes were enough to fuel intense debate. Was it a supernatural entity watching the travelers, or simply a light reflection, perhaps from reflective glasses? One thing is certain: the next time you drive at night, be careful about what might be in the car ahead of you. This video quickly captured attention online after being shared by the user HappyGPY on social media. It shows fascinating footage recorded by a Japanese street camera. Watch carefully what happens as a cyclist turns the corner. In the footage, what appears to be a woman dressed in white can be seen standing motionless at the corner of an alley. The cyclist, surprised, nearly collides with her. But what makes the scene even stranger is that when he turns around to look again, she is no longer there. The woman has vanished. Viewers online are divided. Some believe it could be a yurei, a spirit from Japanese folklore often described as a woman with long black hair, dressed in white, wandering in places marked by tragedy or connected to their past life. If that theory is true, this street may have been the scene of a tragic event, leaving this soul to wander endlessly. And you, what would you do if you crossed paths with such a presence? A rather strange video was shared on Reddit by the user Objective Push 3152. It shows an unusual scene filmed by a security guard in a park. Watch carefully what he captured. In the footage, exercise machines begin moving on their own, even though no one is around. Naturally, the video sparked debate. Some claim it is proof of something paranormal, while others believe it is a hoax. Perhaps someone set the machines in motion before stepping out of the camera's frame. It is not the first time this kind of phenomenon has been recorded. Similar videos have appeared in other locations and always raise the same questions.
The right one's still.
So what could explain it? A ghost, a glitch, or even a slight earthquake, as some suggest? Whatever the case, if these machines are truly moving on their own, one has to wonder who or what is trying to make itself noticed. Sometimes abandoned places hide mysteries that might be better left undisturbed. Xiaolong, a YouTuber from the channel Aurore Xiaolong, decided to explore an abandoned funeral home in Qingdao, China. This location is said to be haunted by the spirits of those who never found peace. He had no idea what he was about to experience. Right in front of the building, he comes across an old, damaged hearse. That is when things begin to take a disturbing turn. The rear door of the hearse suddenly opens by itself, as if pushed by an invisible hand. Xiaolong appears visibly frightened, yet he chooses to continue and enters the funeral home.
哎呦我操你妈呀！我去你妈的！我操！他妈的，这是放尸体了！我操！我操！这里！我操！操你妈！对不起。
At that moment, he seems to realize he may have made a mistake coming there. His viewers, watching the live stream, encourage him to keep going. To protect himself, he takes out an amulet believed to repel malevolent spirits. But what happens next defies explanation.
操你妈！
A small pale face appears through a hatch in the ceiling directly above him. The face slowly rises before disappearing back into the darkness. Is it one of the spirits said to haunt this abandoned funeral home? Perhaps some secrets are meant to remain buried. Some videos remind us how powerful and unpredictable nature can be. A clip shared by the Instagram account Discover Incredible India caught the attention of many viewers online. Watch carefully. In the footage, what appears to be a mysterious object seems to fall from the sky, leaving viewers confused. However, according to the account, this is not a paranormal event, but a rare natural phenomenon known as a cloudburst. This occurs when a massive amount of rain falls in a very short period of time over a limited area, often with intense force. It can create the impression that water is pouring directly from the clouds in a dramatic and almost unreal way. The video also shows a sudden flash lighting up the sky at the same moment. While some believe it is simply lightning, others speculate it could even be fireworks. These images demonstrate the raw power of weather systems, but sometimes what appears to be a natural phenomenon can still feel unsettling. This strange video quickly spread across social media, fascinating millions of viewers around the world. Although the identity of the person who recorded it remains unknown, it appears the footage was captured during a live stream, making it even more intriguing. What was recorded seems difficult to explain rationally.
This the spot. Nah, come back out. Look, why they be peeking like that? Peek it. Alright, so look, let me know. I'm gonna let this stay. Just let me know if y'all think I should try to be friends with them. Maybe I'll come give them some food or something.
In the video, a small humanoid silhouette can be seen emerging from a hole in a tree. Some viewers believe this could be proof of the existence of fairies, creatures often linked to legends and folklore. Several people claim they watched the live stream in real time and are convinced that what they saw was authentic. According to them, editing something like this during a live broadcast would be extremely difficult. However, without confirmation of the original creator, the mystery remains unsolved. Was it truly a fairy, or is there another explanation? A peaceful walk can sometimes hide unexpected surprises. On the 23rd of November 2024, TikTok user Zesty Hari shared a video that begins in a completely ordinary way. She is seen jogging calmly with her dog in a park, enjoying a pleasant autumn day. But what seemed like a normal outing quickly took an unsettling turn.
There's somebody chasing me down. I don't expect it. Oh, shit, I'm so scared. Look.
When Zesty decides to film behind her, a tall, dark silhouette appears in the distance, seemingly following them for no apparent reason. What is even more surprising is that she remains strangely calm, as if she did not notice anything at the time. In a follow-up video, she explains that she had felt a strange sensation of being followed, which is why she decided to film. However, it was only 3 days later, while reviewing the footage, that she noticed the dark figure standing still, watching her from the path. Fortunately, nothing else appears to have happened, and the silhouette did not follow her home. But simply knowing that she was being observed remains deeply disturbing. The next time you go for a walk, stay alert. You never know what might be hiding in the shadows. If you feel brave enough, you can click on this next video to get even more scared, unless you're too afraid.